what do we have to say? Stunned silence and...
Why were you asking for 450 to 500?
Because of this very reason. Because see, a total of 370, 380 gives the opposition, you're dangling the carrot, go for it. Now they've gone for it.
No, but when it's never happened in the history of the sport.
Law of averages will
never
catch
happened
up.
on this ground.
Law of averages will catch up.
No team has done it against India. Then how are you asking for 450, 500?
Well, see, how much do they need now? 132.
Did you know of something we didn't know?
See, a total of 132, if they had 450, 500 in that range. 232 on the final day would have been an even bigger mountain to climb psychologically. 132 with, I think even lesser, 120 more with 7 wickets to go. You would expect an India-style collapse on day 5. Can happen. Happened to England in Lords and Oval, but that team was different because Bairstow was not in form and there was no Ben Stokes. Bairstow was in great form, Stokes is there. So, you would want a target of 450, 500 in that range to psychologically put the opposition down. Okay, what would have happened? India gave 5.5 sessions. If they had batted for longer, just 4 sessions. More pressure. That's why that buffer. And why are we talking about this when Bazball, if you are looking at it, 80 to 90.
A lot of people are pointing out that you were mocking Bazball, you were trolling Bazball.
Yes.
By the way, what is Bazball?
This is not Bazball. This was just sensible test cricket batting.
What is Bazball? Firstly, whoever is pointing out, please explain what is Bazball.
Yep.
They have played sensible cricket now.
Actually.
Yes.
What is it that they've done which is out of the ordinary? Please tell me, what is extraordinary?
In fact, they haven't done anything out of the ordinary and that's helped them.
Exactly.
The bonus was Lees and Crawley contributing. That was the bonus. We never expected Lees and Crawley to contribute because all the time, the top order, to a certain exception perhaps Lees, the top order even the New Zealand series was not performing up to the mark.
It was Root, Bairstow and Stokes who were getting the runs.
And you saw after the tea break, England did collapse. 1 wicket before the tea interval, 2 after the tea interval. But then...
See, these 2 batsmen, you expected them to perform no matter what the total. That is Joe Root and Jonny Bairstow. They have performed. By the way, in all of this, that one drop catch by Hanuma Vihari, I think that is something that will come back to haunt the Indian team. Because if Bairstow was out at that time, at that stage, he was on 13, 14 or whatever.
Yes.
You were 4 down into Ben Stokes. I just wish Ben Stokes would have batted just the way he batted in the first innings. That means gave multiple chances. You were in, and after that we know that the England tail has kind of done nothing. So you would have been favourite. Anyway, that drop chance is something that you cannot look back. Now, that ball changing really helped India. The ball changed and then from there the fortune changed.
That was the first bit of swing that Bumrah got.
But now they won't get a ball change. The only time the ball will be changed, by the time it will be too late because there are about 23 overs or so still to go for the ball to change. 23 overs, if you're looking at 3
to 4 runs per over, 92.
Let's take 3.
69.
70 runs. Game is done.
Yeah.
In fact, if Bairstow decides to go into attack mode, he's seeing the...
No, I'm saying even if you're conservative, 70 runs, whatever.
Still
you get 70 odd runs.
You're still sorted.
Yeah.
No, they are done. If you're not getting another wicket, if the ball... So, I think ball change is not going to help. So, that is one thing. Ikpreet Singh was asking that does India have any chance now? Of course, India has a chance. I don't think the game is done and dusted because, whenever you're chasing 100 plus runs, all you need is another couple of wickets, and even though one of these batsmen will be there, batting alongside the tail may not be possible. The pressure comes into play, that half. So things can really happen. But the situation, the matches, and at the moment, I'd say
it's tilting slightly in favour of England.
No, I think more than slightly. 119 runs to win with 7 wickets in hand. I would say
England are favourites.
Okay, now if you want to look at just the moment on day 4,
70-30.
Yeah, look at England's position now. How much they are? 256. how many wickets? 3 wickets. Doesn't that collapse of 7 for 92 then put India's intent under question?
No, but I had pointed this earlier.
Yes.
That because we'll let Rahul Rawat come.
Yeah.
He was saying that if you're not going to save these many runs, then what are you going to do? At that time, I think of course we look at the Indian bowling, but Indian batting also at that stage, you had a good enough lead, 132 run lead. You needed to bat better in the second inning, just as England is doing.
Yes.
Okay, the top order, by the way, has not been getting runs consistently, and that's another issue. You look at the bowlers, but you'll have to look at the top order, Indian top order, not getting runs. That happened, but again, you look back at those shots, the way you were batting, you thought that, oh, anyway, I've gotten over 300 now, next to impossible, any team will chase. Anything over 300, let's take it as a bonus, and we've won it. But
They've
now
got 250 runs in the day itself.
Yep. Which is why, again, if you see earlier videos, Siddharth had said 400 to 450, I had said 420 or something, 400 plus. Psychologically, at least 400 plus is what I want. We started the day by pointing out Mohammad Azharuddin saying 425 for India to be comfortable. I'd mentioned it that Azharuddin said 425 would be the total that India would be comfortable, and then that be on the basis of having played Test cricket there, so he knows a thing or two.
Because as Rahul and even you pointed out, pitches don't deteriorate in the Sena countries on the fifth day.
Yes.
They don't.
There's no demons for batsmen, basically.
Yeah.
Unless pure swing, like how it happened in 2018. All days, the pitch and the conditions were giving you swing throughout the day. And the Duke's ball held firm.
But this is not happening here.
This is not happening
Barely
here.
any movement.
This is a placid wicket in Edgbaston.
Well, one thing I'm a bit surprised, and I know that they may have used a heavy roller or whatever. The uneven bounce that we saw when India was batting, why was that not visible
Perhaps
in this innings?
Okay, maybe if you had noticed when India were having those uneven conditions, there was cloud cover, slight cloud cover.
No, but what is uneven bounce got to do with that?
Perhaps
Cloud cover
some
will get
kind of humidity
bounce,
or
I think maybe.
Shivam, I know it's your birthday, but please be kind. Don't miss out on birthday presents that we are getting here. Go ahead.
Probably it was the roller, maybe, because that bounce just disappeared.
Yep. But are you allowed to use the roller more than once in the day? Do you use it in every break?
In the middle of the innings. Yes.
So
the
in
batting team is then allowed to pick the kind of roller they want.
So the heavy roller
Exactly.
to flatten it out totally.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
And remember, when they were batting, sunny conditions. So again, little.
No, I mean, apart from the swing and seam, that is a part. I'm just talking about the uneven bounce that we saw when India were batting, and that's very peculiar because I'll tell you why. If my memory serves me correct, this happened in the South Africa series as well.
Yes.
Then India were batting in the penultimate inning of the Test match. We did see the ball, jumping up or staying low, and then you expected South Africa to struggle when they come out to bat. However, when South Africa came out to bat in the fourth innings,
both in Johannesburg and Cape Town, it just flattened out.
It was a much flatter pitch to bat on. I understand the thing with the roller, but
And it kind of brings that into question as well.
With Prince's
comment,
saying.
yes.
no, that will be answered by Rahul Rawat. That's why he's not come, by the way. He's purposely not come. He knew that you're going to be firing all these questions.
I think we were all dreading it as soon as Crawley and Lees were performing.
No, more so he picking best Indian bowling attack, and if you cannot win with 300, when are you going to win? So that is
Again, see, in this series, peculiar, whenever teams have collapsed, one bad session of collapse, they have lost. India lost leads. Why? Because they were bowled out for 78.
Correct.
And 8 wickets for some 90 runs in the second innings also. England, 2 maniacal sessions in Lords and Oval, they are 2-1 down. Here, 7 for 92, remember that score, 7 for 92 in the third innings. When you could have pressed on, they were playing conservative. Jadeja was playing conservatively. He could have rotated the strike, far more of it, but he was rather subdued. I don't know what happened.
What happened to, we were getting a lot of comments, people saying Bumrah now captain going forward. Now what happens, I don't think
This is why you should
it was the best captaincy.
Reserve, sir. No, that's the worst feeling.
I think it would have tested any captain. This kind of
but I'm just saying, here, this last hour or so, you allowed easy singles. I understand that you were in a bit of a predicament, what to do, should I go attacking or should I, ensure that there are no boundaries, or then should I go stopping the singles? I know that was a thing. I don't know, maybe a more aggressive captain would have tried to save the singles
Yes.
and told the batsmen take risk, even at the cost of giving away a bit of boundaries.
A few runs.
Yeah.
You pointed out that when a couple of boundaries were hit by Lees and Crawley, Bumrah immediately took out the slips.
Field, exactly.
Yes.
The field got pushed
And
back.
there was an edge, by the way, that
Yeah.
went past the slip,
And even during the fact
which
that there was
Bumrah was bowling.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But even later on, there were times when Bairstow was a little touchy outside, was flying past.
I'm saying what you desperately need right now is wickets, as we're saying. Maybe these 2-3 wickets are crucial. You get these 2-3 wickets, and then it's going to be tough for the English team. After that, there's not much. I don't know, maybe a bit. And I'm surprised as a fast bowler who's a captain, he'd be more than eager to get those wickets.
Exactly.
Should have had the.
You have full license to go as attacking as you like. For a fast bowler, dream conditions, you say, okay, let me go place as many aggressive fields as I like. Because again, the expectation from us was that 377 was slightly lower than what India would have wanted, because England would have fancied their chances, and they have.
Like Dhruv Devagiri is saying, one more heavy roller tomorrow and soft ball, England massive favourites. He's right. So overnight you will get again choice of the roller. So
and
tomorrow morning England is going to be asked. No, they will get a roller. They can choose what roller to go with.
They choose the heavy one.
See, the problem with a heavy roller is this, that what heavy roller does is it hides the cracks, but then they come out after, let's say, after the effect wears out, that is about the 15-20 overs. However, the thing with the lighter roller is that it will not really even out the cracks, but it will also not make it unplayable after 15-20 overs once the effect is over.
Yep.
So that's the give or take between a heavy or a light roller.
Sure.
But that mostly happens in pitches in the subcontinent when pitches are going to break, so it's not advised to go, even though the cracks are developing, you're not advised to take a heavy roller, because it will just give you temporary relief, and then the time after that is struggling. But here, because you have much softer wicket and a lot of moisture in the wicket, maybe you can risk taking a heavy roller, and that's why it works, and that's why it worked in South Africa for the South African team. It's worked for the English team here, batting fourth, and maybe that's why I go back to the toss where Stokes said that they don't mind chasing, because they know it's not that bad.
Yep. See, again, the law of averages has to catch up. 150 years England have been playing Test cricket, close to 150 years. Only twice in their history have they chased down 300 plus totals.
One of them coming as recently
as 2019. In fact, they didn't chase a total of 300 plus in the entire 20th century.
Yeah, actually.
21st century they started. Two after a gap of 18 years.
So two very different England teams as well.
Two England teams. Now this team, they have laid this, 290 plus they chased in all the 3 games against New Zealand. Now, they have got the base now. Edgbaston, 281 was the highest ever, 4th innings. Now they look to surpass that easily.
And they know that, if we have the confidence of getting 280 runs, what's a few more, right? 300 at that point, psychologically.
That is why 450, 500, it would have consumed time. You would have had that 50-50 situation. Only 4 sessions. Should I go for it or should I save the test?
Exactly. Or should I save my wicket for and then go for it later?
There is a question by Humorous. He says, is this Bazball template right? Maybe they win this match, but is this good for World Test cricket? I hate this. No, Firstly, I still haven't been able to wrap my head around what is Bazball. I think it is a figment of some imagination. What essentially I can see with this English team under Baz McCullum, and because of that, is that they've been playing good Test cricket, as in attacking aggressive cricket. But I don't think this is path breaking or it's the first team that is doing it. They're still playing good, sensible Test cricket. We have explained it in the past. There have been many dominating teams in the past that have played this kind of cricket. So there's nothing new or unique about it. But to play this kind of cricket, you need to have that kind of a batting. For England, it seems to be working at the moment. They've got the likes of Root, Bairstow and Stokes to do it. Ollie Pope not in this series, but had done it in New Zealand. So if you have the batting, you can do it. The downside for it is, if you do not have the batting, on days you will be embarrassed. But that's the give or take you do. Is it good for cricket? Of course it is. everyone wants to see results. Everyone likes to see attacking cricket. We all enjoy attacking cricket, and it is working for England at the moment.
And look at it, worked for England even in white ball when they decided to revamp.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that ODI team. They went from a team of test players playing ODI cricket to developing players who their bench strength is massive. If you look at their white ball now, there are players who are good enough who probably won't be getting
Ben
a look.
Stokes won the ODI series against Pakistan with a C club, who are not even expected to play.
Yeah.
So there is like Sakib Mahmood, who's not in the series, but
And that's the thing, they've brought into that method. So it might take a little time. Even with the white ball team, we saw instances where under Morgan there were a few occasional losses where they looked embarrassed because they were playing too attacking and they lost out. But they said, no, we believe that this is the way to play and we will stick to it. And that belief, obviously, sometimes even in the first innings they look touchy whilst trying to play too attacking. But ideology changes don't happen overnight.
See, ideologically, even if you look at England in the start, when the first, you may say, their claim to number one happened around the 2004 period onwards, when they started winning consistently.
The Vaughan
Strauss, Trescothick won. And then when Strauss took over, they won in every condition. There were still questions, whether they'll win in Asia, whether they struggled in Asia. But then they had the batters who batted sensibly in those conditions. Cook. Alistair Cook was a giant in Asia. KP was a giant in Asia. Of course, he struggled in the UAE. Trott also, but Bell also struggled. But Bell in Australia was good. Pryor was good in Australia also. You had batsmen for each situation. When all of them went, the entire team was like struggling. Okay, where do we go now?
Then it was the Joe Root team. That's what they were.
Nikhil Raj is saying, do you believe Shardul's selection has backfired? Only 1 wicket, no contribution batting. We are not saying it in hindsight
We said it
or
before,
now, even before the match started. You needed to play, everyone who knows the conditions, from David Gower to Michael Vaughan to Moeen Ali to Graham Swan, everyone said India made a mistake not playing two spinners. You should have played Ashwin. That's what I'm saying. That again, I go back to the Jadeja selection, and Jadeja selection is not wrong, because when you're playing 5 batsmen, you will need a all-rounder.
Exactly.
And I think Jadeja is that all-rounder, as he's proving. So if you have to play one spinner, you have to go with Jadeja. No questions on that. Agreed. But at the same time, you also know that the wicket-taking bowler in this is Ravichandran Ashwin. And why is it that they did not go with him? And that was a mistake to begin with. Today, I'm saying, if you were, you had Ashwin, he would have got you those crucial breakthroughs. Got you
and
a Joe
especially
Root.
there are
Local boy, Moeen Ali also.
I mentioned Moeen Ali.
There are 2 left-handers in that team. One is Lees and the other one is a certain Ben Stokes. And Ashwin has got Ben Stokes out about 7-8 times.
If you believe it.
Why would you not want
left-handers to he anyway gets all the time.
Leach. You can run down you can also run through.
What happened to the best bowling lineup in the world?
What happened?
You have. There was a question. So not here. Who was the gentleman? I forgot.
See, two things. Either you could have played your best bowling attack.
First tell me, you said this is best bowling attack.
Okay.
What has happened to the best?
Best pace attack.
You said bowling. Now you're changing it to pace.
Because see, majority of the success that you've got in the recent past, overseas I'm talking about, is because of your fast bowlers. And was this your best bowling attack? Best 5 bowlers? I'm just asking because you mentioned about Ashwin.
No, best 4. I would have played Ashwin.
Okay, Ashwin you would have played. But I'm talking about Jadeja. You played Jadeja for a reason.
For his batting.
That he's a decent bowler.
Yes.
He's a decent
and a very good batter.
And a very good batter. Okay.
No complaints.
You had a cushion of close to 400 runs. Jadeja, fortunately, because of what you saw while Leach was bowling, you saw that there was some turn on that wicket. Okay. Only 1 over Jadeja bowled around the wicket to a right-hander. Okay. Immediately when he was introduced into the attack, he was bowling that leg stump line, outside the leg stump line.
Over the stump.
And you had from over the stump, over the wicket. And you had a cushion of close to more than 350 odd runs.
Yes.
Why you were bowling that negative line? Okay.
So that's where you question. That's what I'm saying. Is he the best spinner that you have? No.
So
If he was so confident of his wicket taking abilities, he would
He
not
would
be
be
doing
looking
it.
to play-
And then my point is also that's where you raise questions about the coach and the captain as well.
captaincy.
They're all part of the strategy. I'm sure if he was doing that, there could be two things. Either it was his own strategy that he was more confident, or it was the team strategy. Either ways, if it was his own strategy, then the captain coach could have stepped in at the end of one session and spoken about it. Clearly everyone was on the same page. So then you were asked questions about it.
Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying, that Jadeja, he gets you wickets in test cricket, but mostly when conditions are helping him. It's very rare that he plans a dismissal out. Okay, he will get a few dismissals when the conditions are helpful, or there's some bite from the pitch, he will get it. But in Ashwin's case, I know that he will work for a strategy. He will sometime get his turn or bounce. He will get those wickets. And I think that you just needed him today ahead of a Shardul, because your batting cover was done by Jadeja.
He more than made up for
The cover for batting, and again, if you remember, I pointed that out. The difference between, even if you're looking at some batting, the difference between Shardul and Ashwin in batting isn't great.
But fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. But to be fair, Ashwin played a very important role in India's series win in Australia. But there have been days, there have been test matches, there have been series
Sure.
where Ashwin hasn't done as per the expectations overseas. I'm talking about. I'm saying, forget.
But
now
then that will be games that Shami is not done.
No,
somewhere,
that's fine.
I think Siraj is not done
when
well,
when you say that you can question your coach, you can question your captain, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
But not playing Ashwin, I don't think that was too bad an idea, considering.
Okay, why is it that everyone was saying that? And not why is it David Gower said you should play? Why is it Michael Atherton said they should play? Why is it that Moeen Ali said they should have played? Why is it that Graham Swan has said they should? They know the conditions better than anyone else.
I agree.
Then how is it so many people said that Ashwin should have played, and not saying now, before the match started, not in hindsight?
No, I also said that they should play Ashwin. I'm saying that today also they should have played Ashwin. But even without Ashwin, you cannot allow an opposition to chase down a score of 378. Although England, they still need 119 runs more to overall this.
The game is not done.
Exactly.
But they are favourites.
Yes.
Clear favourites.
Yes. It will be a huge upset if they don't chase this target down.
Yes.
But also, I think even with this attack, you should have defended the score, because I think also you have to realize that Wicket wasn't doing it. It seemed as if they were playing gully cricket, these guys, Jonny Bairstow and Joe Root. As it is, they are at the
Form
peak,
batsmen.
at the peak of their pass. And secondly, at times I thought Bumrah could have done a little better.
No, Bumrah was the standout bowler. Yeah.
No, in terms of strategizing.
Strategizing.
Yeah, in terms of strategizing and also.
But then
Rahul
you were
Dravid.
saying 2 days ago he should be made permanent captain.
No, I never said that.
You-
I
not
never said
people
that.
were
People said. Please look into the camera and say, and see how things change. In fact, we were discussing the very same thing upstairs also. After day 2, everybody, in fact, a lot of people said that Bumrah should be made the permanent captain, and after 2 more days, that is day 4, now we here sitting here are questioning Bumrah's captaincy, because in the first 2 days what we saw, 35 runs being scored by Bumrah, 29, but over the entire over had 35 runs, and then when he came out to bowl, I remember the last over of the day 2. He came, I think that was the last over of the day, if I'm not wrong.
Oh yes.
He bowled that over.
Yep.
He was not bowling at that time, but he said, I'll bowl the last over because I'm the best bowler of this bowling attack.
Which he is.
And so it seemed as if, he has that attacking mindset. But now suddenly in the second innings, what we saw the Indians being far too defensive, especially when you have a cushion of 378 runs.
Yeah, we discussed that how they were leaking that
After
singles.
9 overs, suddenly you remove 2 of your slips.
Slips.
Yeah. Sometimes when opposition batters play with plenty of intent. Even the best bowling lineup, best strategy also does not seem to work. Look at Australia, 2019, 360. They had Hazelwood, Cummins, Lyons, Stark on par with one of the best attacks in the world. Because intent was so great from Stokes, from the rest of the batters, they had the determination to hang in. So they managed to win that match.
Why we had discussed this? Why do you think the pitch that was uneven bounce when India were batting, they clearly, why has there been no uneven bounce? And if I remember correctly, exactly the same thing happened in South Africa. Both the test matches that India lost, there was uneven bounce, and we
that
discussed
uneven bounce here? Because
yes,
it was just, I think it was
some balls were kicking
because of
some
that
balls
crack.
were kicked. Yes.
Maybe they
Also,
were
the whole time.
Maybe they were able to hit those cracks.
No, but cannot happen that in so many
In
overs,
so many overs, the Indians
57
hit it once.
overs, India have
Not
not hit.
possible.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
I know the roller may have been used, heavy roller may have been used, but this is very, very, strange, because exactly the same thing happened in South Africa. I remember test matches, chasing, India would bat the third innings, and there'd be
There'd
like
be some
talks of
demons
how
on the pitch,
there are
yeah.
demons in the pitch, it won't be easy.
Now-
and South Africa came out to bat, it was never.
Now the problem that India will face is that twice, as we discussed earlier also, twice, usually you use roller twice. A, at the start of the day's
Yes.
play, and B,
innings.
when there's an innings break.
Yes.
Now, how many overs were bowled today? 54, 55, somewhere around that.
57.
57, okay,
yeah.
57. So you still have about 23 overs left for the new ball.
New ball.
Although I think by the time those 23 overs are bowled, I think the
match
result
might just be-
So now tomorrow again
New ball, you can't wait.
Again they'll use a heavy roller.
Yes.
Why? Because there's no dampness around.
Yeah.
There's no, so they will prefer to use a heavy roller.
Yeah.
So the already flat track
Gets flatter.
might just get flatter.
Did
Yes.
you take the screenshot of the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. There are too many questions coming. Let's take that.
Because with Ashwin, I agree. Even I would have played Ashwin, but the problem is in the last 4 test matches that India played, then also everybody wanted Ashwin to play, but Virat insisted, no, I'm not going to play Ashwin. But still,
they
were
won.
leading 2-1, and also
Maybe
had
then
it-
you missed the
had-
captain.
Maybe.
Then why did you not, as Amit Khajuria is pointing out, this was a very important test match. You should have gone with the guy who gave you that 2-1 lead.
2-1 lead.
I agree that he's decided that he doesn't want to continue, but had you asked him
One
he-
more
he
time.
may have taken-
Amit, I agree with you to a great extent. And
Of what?
maybe so. What
Read the comment,
So
na?
what Amit is saying is Ashwin played in South Africa also.
Yes.
Many experts last year said that Ashwin should play, and he played South Africa. And also, by the way, he played in South Africa because
Jadeja was not there. He was
Exactly.
injured.
yes. So maybe had Jadeja been available, maybe Ashwin wouldn't have played there. But what did he do there? I'm not questioning his credentials. To be very honest, I'm not. But he has been a little inconsistent. In fact, Siddharth, a couple of days ago, he mentioned about Ashwin's record in England, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Which is
I was
actually
just going to
good.
say his record in England isn't bad.
Is
So
it-
you
isn't
can't
bad.
really compare what he did in South Africa
Yes,
to.
Yes.
fine, but it's not consistent. In one series, he will do well. In one series, he will be average, and there have been one series has been okay or not too.
No,
good.
I'm
And
saying
one
fine,
series,
good or
he
bad.
didn't play at all.
Okay,
Yep.
good or bad, forget. I am saying if you were to give, and let's all 4 of us answer in one word, forget conditions where you're playing whatever. 4 bowlers are done, no argument.
Yeah.
You are going with Siraj, you are going with Bumrah, you are going with Shami, irrespective of how they've done here, because they were your best
Yeah.
bowlers, so you would have gone with them. And Jadeja, because of his batting abilities, he's your number 1 done. With the 5th bowler option, if you had to pick between Shardul or Ashwin, all things taken into account, who would you have picked?
Ash.
You would have picked Ashwin.
100% Ash.
Simple. I would have picked Ashwin too. Who would have you picked?
Doesn't matter now.
No, you could decide.
hypothetical.
I'm not saying that there is to be-
Going by because we were not aware of the ground conditions, we were not aware of the pitch conditions.
So what about the guys who were? Everyone who was there who
Yes,
pointed it
yes,
out.
yes.
And also, England batted on day 2. England are batting on day 4 and
five.
day 5
Day
also
five.
they'll bat. They read the conditions well.
Yeah.
They won an important toss. They took an important decision and a good decision considering how difficult. You know, if India would have won the toss, I doubt if India would have decided to chase or would have batted second. India would have still batted first on this wicket because majority of the times overseas when you win, you have batted first, especially in England. Yep. Australia, of course, you can say, you know, Brisbane we won there, but Melbourne we batted first.
Yes.
You know, Brisbane was, of course, a miracle.
Yep.
Yeah.
So but I think England were better prepared. England were more aware of the ground conditions, pitch conditions, how it will behave on what particular
as you
day.
expects the host to
Exactly.
And their batting now is 180 degrees to what it was in 2021.
I think 180 degrees to what it was maybe a month
Prior to New Zealand.
New Zealand, correct.
Yeah, Ashes and the West Indies, they were exposed, the batting. Now,
Let's take a lot of questions have piled up. Okay, Gaurav Kumar. Bowling strategy didn't make any sense. Bowling coach accountable. This is not the same team as it was in Ravi and Arun. That's true.
Who's the bowling coach? Paras? No.
Now, yes.
yes, Paras Mamre.
Yes.
Mamre, right?
Yes. So I'm saying, but to be fair, you cannot exactly pinpoint who was contributing how much when this team was there. But you have to now give credit to the Ravi Shastris, to Arun, as well as Virat Kohli, the captain. You have to.
Yeah.
And
we don't know whose contribution is how much percentage in that success. So I'm only looking at them as a team. But that backroom staff or the top management, including the captain and the coach, they were doing better.
But then the same bowling strategy, Gaurav Kumar, has come into question when they have lost in New Zealand and in South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, but South Africa.
You didn't take all 20 wickets even in South Africa.
Yes, so but that there was no Ravi Shastri and B. Arun, no? So the same thing.
New Zealand.
Yeah, but so the point remains.
But to be very you know, overnight these bowlers haven't become bad.
bowlers.
Okay, and B, they are playing against a team that is high on confidence.
Yep.
You know, they believe in themselves to chase this. I thought, I think somebody sent a question also earlier. Oh my God, Mustafa Ismail is back. So somebody in fact sent that, you know, looking at the body language of the English players, it seems that they are pretty confident. And we said, you know, they can't. The captain has to lead from the front, and his body language will also send a message to the other other players. So he got. But now I think pitch hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah, because
to be very honest,
that's what I mean. If you looked at the way Bairstow and Root were batting at one point, looked like they were playing on the beach. They were least bothered.
Absolutely.
Like you could have actually put a beach chair and some shades and all there, and they would have still been batting.
We have a pile up of some now 10 questions. Let's quickly address them one by one. Okay, start with Shivam in the order that we spoke about this. That I think clearly they are missing. The backroom staff. Babar Azam has joined us. He's not playing any.
That's why the question.
He's in the US.
That's why the question.
He's saying an absolute slap in the face of those who think that India has the best bowling attack. Shami and Bumrah very good, but Siraj and Thakur mediocre. They wouldn't even fit into a first class.
Disagree with
Siraj is not mediocre.
Yeah, Siraj is not mediocre.
Siraj and Thakur were the guys who gave you those wins in Lords and Oval.
Yes.
Public memory is short. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But one bad game, see how the
doesn't make a bowler bad.
Exactly.
I still think they have a better bowling attack than Pakistan.
Right now for sure.
The India, we can still argue that or debate whether India has the best bowling attack or not, but certainly they have one of the best bowling attack. If you maybe Australia, and if Australia has the best bowling attack, why couldn't they win the Sydney Test? If they have the best bowling attack, why couldn't they win the Brisbane Test? So overnight, these players, these bowlers don't become bad.
And purely mediocre is
mediocre
at best.
Mediocre is a very mediocre remark for Siraj and
first class team in Pakistan. Okay, take out Shaheen Shah Afridi, one of the best there. Okay. What are the rest of the bowlers? Hassan Ali, that's your backup. I'm sorry, Hassan Ali is not the Hassan Ali of 2017. I'm sorry. Noman Ali,
For a 6,
Do you know Hassan Ali? Okay, anyways.
Pujara hit 6 of Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Yeah.
He's ramping him over.
Ramping him over.
Counting,
Yeah.
yes.
So, I'm sorry. If you're not seen 2021, perhaps that's where the comment is coming
Yes.
from.
Yeah.
And Babar,
But you must be busy watching other cricket.
Yeah.
Also,
Practicing
I'm not,
also.
not, not blaming him also.
Of course.
But we're just correcting you because we have seen more of Indian cricket than you may have. So
Yeah.
that's why.
and you never know, Babar, maybe you may not fit into this Indian.
The Fab
Babar,
Five
the
debate.
batsman is good. No
Just
doubt.
joking. No,
In
he's
white ball
not
cricket,
good.
I think-
He's very good.
He's
very
brilliant,
good.
yeah.
I know
But can't say
Babar.
the same for Pakistan bowling.
Yes. And Babar, I know people in your country, especially your, can I call them media or the YouTubers basically,
The internet media, basically.
I know they don't respect you or they don't rate you
Yeah, but
too
then they
highly.
also are very
But
clickbaity,
we
We're
rate you
fans.
very, very
Big
highly.
fans.
Yeah.
But not your bowling. Compared to
just
India's
show some
bowling is
respect
better.
to
Yes,
our-
yes.
Don't
Next
call them
sawal.
mediocre.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Next,
Chalo,
sawal.
next
Too many
please.
left.
loads of them. But it's the same one, basically.
No, what is this?
What happened to the best bowling attack, struggling
Yeah.
for 20
20
wickets,
wickets.
bowling coach accountable,
See, yes,
there
same
was more
question.
intent and strategy in
That is
Ravi
true.
Yeah.
Surface. Okay, fair enough.
We are only
Next.
going by results. The
Take
team
your-
looked much better
Yep.
under Arun, Shastri, Kohli.
Kohli.
Acha,
It's
New
not looked as
Zealand,
good as-
New Zealand home series that we played was under Rahul Dravid, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We drew one, we won.
1-1.
Okay, Sri Lanka, we
Won
both.
both.
Won.
So that is
3-0.
3 wins, 1 draw.
1 draw.
South Africa, we
2-1.
won 1 and lost,
Lost
2.
two.
Now,
4-3.
No, but
4-3.
don't count it series at
No, no.
home, yaar. Whoever has been the coach or captain, you won. Just
no,
look
no. Still, no, but still I'm count. And then here, okay, result
It could
awaited.
be 4-4.
Result awaited.
Yeah.
Result.
But in the
Next.
limited overs legs that happened overseas in
Next.
Dravid's first stint in Sri Lanka, he lost the T20 series.
South Africa.
And also South Africa.
Yeah.
First
Chalo,
stint, I'm saying.
next.
Next.
Gaurav,
Shivam.
next one. Rahul Java.
over time bowling is bound to fail. Have won so many matches. It happened in South Africa and here in this match. But batting is a big concern. Kohli, Vihari, Iyer, all of them are a big concern.
But there should be questions raised on the batting.
Huh?
There can
No,
be questions
he's
raised
right.
on the batting.
Absolutely.
You cannot win a test match
Batting
if
that
your
way.
top order is not getting runs in
Yeah.
both innings. The only
You
one
were
I'm
What
saying
happened in
talking
this
as in
test
the
match?
top 4.
What happened in this test match?
2 collapses.
Yes.
But one collapse was rescued by an audacious partnership between.
That's why when I was
Pant
telling you about that collapse in the second inning, I was saying if you cannot win with this 350, then you might as well stop playing.
I still stand
that's
by
gonna
what I
hurt you.
said. Do you? 378, come on.
To be fair, he was saying
And-
455.
I was saying
so
450-500.
No, that's fine. I agree. Okay. But
in hindsight, at
yeah.
least. Yeah.
But you've said a lot of things about Zach Crawley and Alex Lees also.
That is the thing why they are. That is the reason why England are in such a great
But
position.
you know,
But you were not
378
counting them
and-
at all.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And-
I wasn't. I
And
admit
Nikhil,
I wasn't.
if you can't defend 378, this is similar to what we
Yeah,
were
true,
discussing yesterday or day before yesterday that India didn't lose. We said Sachin Tendulkar also had to wait for his 100th 100 for almost a year. and finally-
369 days.
And finally,
Check
when-
करके ना कोई और तो
and
नहीं है.
finally when he got his century, it was against Bangladesh in a losing cause.
cause.
Yeah.
But India, I think, scored 293 or 290.
293.
But that was not Sachin's fault.
Yep.
If against Bangladesh you can't defend a score of 290 that time.
Yeah.
So that's not Sachin's. Similarly, if 378 you can't defend 378, that means the other team must have done something exceptional, and also the pitch conditions.
Yep.
But see, that's the
Lees
thing,
and
the
Crawley
team
did something
hasn't-
exceptional.
They haven't actually done anything exceptional. I mean, Lees and Crawley did the bare minimum that we expect from them as international level batsmen.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
No, he's combining the New Zealand as well as this series. So
Yeah.
in all of these matches, 100 run
some
partnership.
loss
So you have to
has
get.
come.
Yeah.
See,
No,
after that 267 which Crawley hit against Pakistan in 2020, full 2021 even up to 2022, not a single knock. 24 is his average.
I think he did get 100, no?
Yeah,
Zach
but that
Crawley.
was at the starting of 2020.
Not
When-
after 267. I
Wait.
think he got 100 after that.
I think in the West Indies
West
match he
Indies,
got
West
one.
Indies, not
Then
count.
Pakistan
Not
267. After that it's been barren. 24 average for an opener,
It's bad.
which is 8 units lower than Rory Burns. Let me tell you that.
The Rory Burns who's dropped. Well.
Yes, Rory Burns was dropped. Ollie Pope unfortunately was not consistent, so there was no confidence in the top three that they would perform. But then they came out with attacking intent, not helped by some erratic bowling. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
It was very erratic bowling. And you also pointed out Bumrah took out the slips after a couple of boundaries. What do you do then?
Yeah.
Open passage.
Achha, Nikhil Raj is saying,
because he keeps saying, what is Bazball?
What problem do you have in understanding Bazball? Strike rates of English batsmen have gone up by 20 to 25.
No. So I'm not saying that. I am saying that this is no unique phenomena that has, like some biggest invention after the wheel. It's not that.
Yeah.
It is not that exactly. Nothing is, you're just given it a name by saying that, this is, but it's it has been done for time immemorial.
Okay, let us just consider the most middle level teams, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Okay,
Pakistan mid-level team.
Mid-level. I mean, they are.
Babar Azam.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, 2014. This is 8 years before the coinage of Bazball. They had 1.5 sessions to chase down 302. They achieved it in 54 overs. Sharjah.
Yeah.
How many did India score in the first innings in how many overs?
Yeah. In this series,
80.
We didn't say it was Bazball.
It wasn't.
yeah. What did India do in that Sydney test before when Pant was batting?
Yeah.
What was the rate?
What was Gaba?
What was Gaba? What rate was India batting?
Even Sydney.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's nothing unique that they are doing. It's been done by everything. It's just a coinage of term, and you're giving nothing.
It's
path breaking.
hype.
Chalo.
In
Next
fact,
one.
there's anything that's path breaking. It's the white ball cricket where
Yes.
they still
Yeah.
did something.
That was really powerful.
Yeah,
Yes.
but they also there had to play catch up. Remember,
Sure.
England were the last team of the start to get to 400 plus.
Yep.
Australia, South Africa, India had already done it.
Mustafa Ismail is back from
$50.
Canada.
He's saying, I think Bazball is more of a mindset than a technical change. Absolutely.
Yes.
True.
The way Lees played today set the tone for the chase. If you saw him in West Indies, never would you have thought he could play like this. Free license to attack and score runs. Still feel India can win. Oh, good points, all of them.
Yep.
So, absolutely, we've agreed that there has been a change in mindset since Brendan McCullum has come. But what I'm saying is that those are gradual changes that happen with any team.
Yeah.
You will see some change in mindset in the Indian team also with different captains. India had a different mindset when MS Dhoni was the test captain. They had a different mindset with when Kohli was thing. But there was nothing made out to be, Kohli ball or, that was Dhoni ball or nothing. Just more attacking and aggressive cricket than vis-a-vis a bit more traditional cricket. So that's the only change. I don't think it's that path breaking or it's the one thing that is responsible. Only thing is given them free license, play, express yourself.
I mean, path
And
breaking.
that, by the way, Ravi Shastri has said that he did it.
Yes.
Shaz ball. Exactly.
That was he came and said that I told guys play off with
Exactly.
freedom, express yourself, don't get bogged down. So even a Shubman Gill came out to
Morgan
open.
also did that.
Yeah.
with
No, I'm saying test
ball.
cricket. What
Morgan ball.
he's saying the
ball.
start
Oil
that
ball.
they
Morgan.
gave.
Yeah.
So India would also with Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill would get that
they
start.
would have. They gave that start in Lords in 2021.
Or imagine with
Shubman
Rohit
gave
and-
that kind of a start
In Brisbane.
World Test Championship final also.
Yeah.
Remember?
And again.
He was
And
dancing
again.
down the track. No, he did. Just that it also
It backfired.
brought-
And if the public memory is so short, what about Bazball? I'll give you an England example.
I'm tired of
408
Bazball. I'm tired of
in
Bazball.
the first day of the Ashes Test of 2005,
It's
in
fiction.
79 overs. What was that? That was 1 year after Brendan McCullum had made his international debut. By
That
the
was
way.
Vaughan ball. If you're going there.
408 in 79
Who was that coach
overs.
at that point?
Oh, good question. I forgot the coach. I remember the captain.
2004-5. When they
Ashes.
won. England's coach.
Oh, the
England-
Michael Vaughan.
Vaughan was
Yeah, the
My
captain.
captain. I don't remember the coach.
Who the hell was that
Coach may have been Duncan Fletcher, was he?
Dunk ball. Nice.
No,
Could
not
be
Duncan.
No, not
wasn't
Duncan.
Duncan?
I
What's
don't
Duncan?
think so. I don't know. I forgot the coach. I remember the captain.
Yeah,
Because
Vaughan we
You're
all
not opening your
remember.
phone today? For the stats?
I don't need
Okay, I'll
stats.
check.
But Mustafa,
Meanwhile, answer the last bit of his question where he says
Yeah.
India can still win, Mustafa is saying.
But Mustafa, I think majority of your points, I think
Yeah.
all of us agree to
Agree,
it.
yes. Wholeheartedly.
Bazball, as you said, is a mindset. Absolutely right. And the way Lee's played today, okay.
Yeah.
You said a free license to attack and score runs.
No, last bit. He feels India.
Yeah, a few more wickets.
Yeah.
Maybe,
see, it happened at Lords, happened at Oval. And India collapsed 7 for 92. England are 7 wickets away from defeat. can happen. But
it
again,
can happen. But today,
it didn't look like.
I think England will have a better sleep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I would
sure.
much rather want
Duncan Fletcher.
Dunk ball.
I told
Dunk
you it was
ball.
Duncan
There we
Fletcher.
go.
Duncan Fletcher, yes.
So I think I would much rather want to be in the English dressing room.
Can
Yeah,
do it
yes,
now.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Just as you wanted to be in Indian dressing room
If given a choice, free pass.
a session and a half
Your
before
good old friend, Chandresh Narayanan.
is here.
Oh,
Problem is, Chandresh is saying, problem is
cricket
No, you don't.
cricket media follows England and Australian media.
Yeah.
Turbinated title, ball of the century came because cricket media follows England. Good point.
Yes.
And Chandresh, this is exactly what we also said yesterday, day before yesterday, everything. Oh, English media just created that word Bazball and circulated to keep talking about it. Keep talking
You
about
read it in the Telegraph and the Guardian, and it became a big
Bazball, yeah.
thing. And then
to be
the
fair, they're very-
commentators will keep.
If nothing else, they're very good at spreading that stuff around. Very,
But
very
we're
good.
at fault also. We lap it up. So,
Should we stop saying?
but
that?
we will call a spade on sports today and say that it's nothing but fiction.
Yes.
All they're playing is
exactly.
attacking form of test cricket, which has been played by many teams for many years before them, including the Indian cricket team.
Including the England cricket team, which is now being seen as revolutionizing test cricket.
That's
somehow.
correct. Any more?
I think for them now
super chats?
T20.
Ah.
Wide ball.
Okay, Yunus has a question from the US of A. He wants to know: is it the end of Iyer playing in Senna?
To be fair, he's barely began playing in
Not
Sena.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yes, sir. He's barely began playing in Sena. He has had
Yeah.
2 innings. You cannot declare a test career dead on the basis of 2
He
innings.
has a problem, but
We know that.
you are not going to drop him just after
Just
2
because.
innings.
No.
That player has so much potential. He can give Indian cricket so much in times to come. It is just that you have to groom him. Whether I think the good thing about this management, team management or
patient.
selector, that they're ready to make players rather than break.
Yeah. Nikhil has another good question. He said, do you think the current management of the English cricket team have asked for changes in pitches in England from New Zealand series, no green tops? Just going, by the way, for Edgbaston, this is a very typical Edgbaston pitch, by the way, which gets you a lot of runs and then they turn towards the end. But there could be some merit in this, because if you're going to play, I'm not using that term, if you're going to play this high strike rate kind of test cricket, then you would need batting friendly pitches, which they have done in white ball cricket, by the way. Because in England you are getting 350, 400 quite easily.
But don't you think
they done
a certain
this
thing-
time of the year also, you also have to look at the and see that this time of the year you're not going to get fresh wickets. Those lively pitches.
So that will only happen around May, June.
Exactly.
And climatic conditions also play a big factor, because look, England prior to this, 1 week they were having a heat wave.
And then
So can you create those kind of fresh, juicy,
Lively
moisture laden wickets?
Yes.
That
But
may
is
not-
there merit that while of course, as I said, this is also at Edgbaston, typical Edgbaston pitch, but maybe slight influence
I
could
think
be there, which
Quite possible.
each host country has, by the way.
Quite possible.
But
India has
slightly
been,
flatter
India has
pitches.
been exploiting that advantage.
And nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Hosts,
I
that's
think
the
I-
whole fun of playing.
I see. I have an issue with that.
I think we
You're
can make
killing
it.
test cricket. That's it. Nothing. I understand.
This pitch is killing test cricket.
No,
not
this is
this
a
Oh,
one.
you're talking about when it
The
comes
Indian
to
pitches
India.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about.
No, I think
That's
at
all,
some points you have gone to an extreme, but I still prefer you having spin-friendly tracks.
No, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Because everybody is.
but not 2-day test
taking
matches.
exactly.
I think the Gaul test would be a poor example.
Yeah.
Australia, Sri Lanka.
All the test matches that happened in India. All the test
India
matches.
test matches.
For for a few
Terrible.
test
The South
matches.
Africa series, the English series, every one
It's
of
a
those test
loss
matches,
to everybody.
Yeah.
It's a loss to test cricket fans. It's a loss of revenue to the broadcaster. Everybody. Aditya Mohanty.
Mohanty.
Poor fielding hurt more than
Two
Two
dropped
dropped
catches.
on
Two
14.
dropped. Vihari and Pant.
Pant one was very difficult.
Difficult, but Vihari.
Vihari one was not that difficult.
Yeah, Vihari was definitely. That was a
He
regulation.
was
Absolutely, no
there
doubt.
at second slip just for that catch.
No doubt about it. That was a regulation catch.
And I agree with Akash Bhardwaj's points where he said we have to admit that Joe Root didn't give them a chance. Yeah, Root didn't. He looked controlled. And measured.
route, yeah.
Route.
Like Chandresh is pointing out, talking about that hype that English media brings with it. He said if Umran was in England, they would have made him out to be the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, agreed.
Like they have Tudor and Robert Croft. True.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, we did hype up Umran a lot.
We did too.
Alex Tudor.
Actually, yeah.
We did.
No, but he's saying England would have been next level.
Oh, England next level. And then they'd be just
But to be
as
fair to
down.
England, they wouldn't have been too excited. They have a Jofra and a Wood who may be injured.
Chris Wood. He's also quick.
Yeah, but I'm saying 150 they've got.
Underrated.
We barely get 150. So we are more excited actually than England.
True, actually. I think this is the first 150 bowler we've had in forever. So.
Yeah.
If Chandresh would have been in England team,
Rajni Jha is saying,
Chand ball.
how good is Jimmy Anderson? Even when others are going for runs, his economy is always 2 runs per over. That's true. Yeah.
His
Jimmy is
consistency.
Jimmy.
His consistency.
Arey, we have Jimmy, we have
Jussie
We have Jussie also.
No, he's a lone warrior.
At this point,
Today,
he feels like
today he's a
Yeah.
lone warrior, but not every day, because as one of our family members pointed out that Siraj, he called him mediocre.
No.
No,
Not at all. This comment is very interesting by Deepak Rajput. He says, can we again reschedule this match next year? And I think that is a sarcastic take on what India did.
Yeah.
Had that book launch not happened,
They
all the
might
credit that we have given, no, if that book launch hadn't happened,
Then
that
they
test
would have been
match would
winning-
have finished then,
Yeah.
and India,
Would have probably been winning the Test series 3-1.
3-1.
yes.
No, India could have still played that test match, Manchester one. And trust me,
Yes, but
That
the whole
perhaps-
scenario wouldn't have come up.
the entire turmoil in Indian cricket
started.
started from that
Book launch.
Not book launch.
from that Manchester
Manchester.
match that was not played.
Not played. Yep.
The Manchester Test that was.
Because a lot of people wanted India to play, but because at that time we didn't even know whether the test match will be rescheduled or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember ECB, England and Wales Cricket Board,
Yeah, they put
that
out-
issued a statement.
Exactly,
That they had
Forfeit,
cancelled.
That India has
Forfeited.
Yeah.
So if
Which
it was a-
technically was correct.
Technically, yes.
But then they pulled it back.
Because then backroom negotiations.
No, back and because see, because these are two very important boards.
Yeah.
India,
Of the so-called
England,
big three,
yes, and Australia also. So
Financially standalone boards.
Yeah, yeah, of
dominate.
course.
the first overseas tour that India made was Australia.
Yep.
Because even they were also down in dumps, Australia.
True.
I
Because
think
of the
if
COVID
India
situation,
would
yeah.
have not toured Australia.
Because of IPL.
Sorry?
Achha, they would have said, this is birthday boy, listen to it.
No,
For 4 more minutes.
no, to
Last 4 minutes of his birthday left. So.
see, South Africa, they had a series to be played. They asked their players, if those of you who want to go and play IPL, please go ahead.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of liberties that you get. India at that time, and I think India had the IPL was moved to UAE. And there was no clear window at that time.
Yeah.
So many boards allowed their players. So India also, so even Indian board, BCCI also wanted that match to go ahead.
Yes.
But a few players
But
didn't
see,
want that.
again, I'm just taking a bit of
अरे
a.
मैच्योर हो गया तो फिर तो
Yeah,
सभी
and I'm
चमक
saying that, see, at that time, you gotta realize that there was genuine fear with regards to Corona. And if someone.
No, if there was, then what? Why was that book launch?
Yeah, that's another question
was
that you can ask. But if I as a player am a bit worried about my health or my family's health or whatever, so I can raise it.
I mean,
that-
COVID. Look, your
now
World
it's
Test-
easy for us to say at that time
It
the world was
see,
looking
World
at
Test
COVID very
Championship
differently.
final was supposed to be held at Lords. Why did it move to Southampton?
Yes,
Because
there was a
there
hotel.
was the hotel,
Hotel,
so
yeah.
you didn't have the bio bubble problem of logistically traveling.
Yeah.
That is why, and the second wave was deadly all over the world.
By the way, you would remember even before that test series had started.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I think the World Cup or something was happening, no?
With the Euros.
Euros were
Euro
happening in
football,
England,
yeah.
and
Not
a lot
just
of
England,
a lot of
happening across
Indian
Europe.
players, because in England the
There were no
COVID
restrictions.
protocols were relaxed.
Yeah.
In fact, there were no. So everybody was everywhere. and suddenly we got to know that Falana player had tested positive, Falana player had tested positive.
Yeah.
Somebody, Rishabh, unfortunately, by the way, Rishabh tested positive for. You can't blame Rishabh for that. In fact, his sister stays in England and she's studying there. So he had done nothing, but because everybody was out, so he thought that let's meet my sister.
And circumstances in
And
England at that
unfortunately
time were very different, because remember, they made the finals of the Euros. They wanted a capacity crowd in Wembley. Second time ever they made a final of a major football tournament. They relaxed all regulations.
Yeah.
It resulted in different kind of chaos.
But Shane, today, okay, we can also relax. In India also, the situation is so relaxed at the moment. But I know, see, you are taking your precautions,
Correct.
right? You are. So it is up to you.
As individuals.
Exactly.
Correct.
To keep yourself healthy, fine and aware, and
Especially given the position they were in.
Yes.
You're there for a test series and this, that.
After that, board secretary had to issue a letter to all the players
Saying, please
that
don't.
this is not going to happen again. And after that we saw there was a book launch also. But
Now you can launch the paperback. That was the hard
what do you call
Hardback.
hard
Hard
back.
copies.
So now paperback can be launched. Now after this.
And then Kindle and ebook also. Why not?
Another
That
launch.
can be done by Zoom.
You can
Prevent COVID altogether.
To wrap up the show, there are a couple of questions. For example, Jim Moriarty is saying India tour of South Africa was disaster.
Nice name.
Loss in this match would be heartbreaking. And Austin Kuna is saying, India need 2 wickets in the first 30 minutes tomorrow. So it will be disappointing otherwise for India. So any chance you think India?
No, same what he said. They need 2 wickets and they need to get the 2 batsmen who are there right now. If it's suddenly down
Ben
to
Stokes, I think, will gift his wicket.
we've been jinxing a lot of people. We made
Today we say the opposite.
We said Lee's and
I
Wade.
wanted to see a good match. Unfortunately, so far it hasn't been a
When
good
I
match.
asked you, will we see a good match? You said
A
no.
good match was
I want to see it,
But it will be
an
if
epic-
it was 119 runs to win and only 5 wickets left, perhaps that
Then it would have been a
50-50.
real thriller finish.
But do you think that will happen?
No, right now England favourite.
Yeah, for sure.
But 2 quick wickets like that burst Bumrah gives,
Yeah.
and
Suddenly it's game changed. Yeah.
Yep.
But again, we would never put it past Stokes to do a lone
Unfortunately,
ball.
you know,
can.
That's the thing.
He's done well in the
enjoys
4th
that
innings.
situation.
In the New Zealand series, he did well in the 4th
So
innings.
you are
every
saying
time.
let's not say 2 quick wickets, let's say 3
Three.
quick wickets.
Yeah, you need action.
Let's say all out, maybe.
Let's say all out.
But unfortunately for India, the only 2 bowlers who've looked like taking wickets are Mohammad Shami and
Jasprit Bumrah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And you will not risk Bumrah bowling 6-7 overs on the trot.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think. 4-5 over bursts. That's it.
now fine, 378, if you're not able to defend, a lot of people would blame your bowling. Like here also people are questioning the coach, the bowling coach.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, somebody, I think that was super chat only, he said questions should be asked of the bowling coach. But bowling coach, as far as strategizing strategy is concerned, coach
That's
is
your head
also
coach.
You have to
coach
ask
is-
the fielding
captain is
coach also.
responsible.
But bowling coach, all of them.
4-5
Management is
catches were
management.
dropped.
Who's the fielding coach? You don't have a fielding. Do you have a fielding coach?
Now you don't. Sridhar was.
Sridhar
but
was
no,
there.
but
Sridhar
Sridhar
was, but he's not
Sridhar
there.
is
Sridhar is
doing commentary for Tamil or Telugu or some other.
Even for English. So
Lang-
he's there.
No, he's not doing commentary. He just did a piece. in
Piece
English.
for
But
them.
otherwise, he's doing some.
But that was
regional.
good actually. I heard that last evening. It was a very
A fielding
good,
piece on fielding.
very good session.
Harish wants to move on to white ball. We will move on to it. The test
Eventually
match
we'll
is
have
not
to.
done. Nitish Sharma says, love from Himachal. Oh, what a beautiful state. Where in Himachal are you joining us from? I feel like only chance India has now is if tomorrow the climate is cloudy and a fierce spell from Bumrah and Shami. Anyways, I have switched. Good.
Good job.
Well, Nitish, sorry to disappoint you on the weather front.
It looks to be very
Bright
You would
and
allow
sunny.
me to read these kind of things.
Go ahead.
Anna, huh?
And that's why I thanked him. He will
Nahi,
force
nahi.
me to read.
No, it's okay.
And so that the clip is then.
circulated everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I will ensure that.
That's why I am not saying.
Crop it.
Real. 15 seconds.
Yeah. Fiery.
You know there are people who get that done, na?
I know.
Easy as you like, really.
Then Siddharth will say, तुम्हें तो फांसी की सजा
होनी चाहिए फांसी
हाँ?
तुम्हें तो फांसी होनी चाहिए
And what's the
फांसी
other one?
मगरमच्छ के आंसू.
मगर
बंद करो
ये मगरमच्छ के आंसू
That's for when they are caught.
Okay, on that light note, shall we?
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Otherwise we can go on and on and on.
Bye bye.
That'll happen tomorrow.
See you. Look forward to an exciting day of cricket. Listen, don't forget to join us at 2:15.
Yep.
We'll have live updates. As you can see, Shane is tired, yawning, wants to sleep. We'll have live updates.
Tomorrow
from
we're going to go home
2:15.
early.
Yeah, either ways.
Either way.
We'll go early. And we'll have live updates from Edgbaston.
Birmingham.
In and about half an hour or 1 hour time, we'll get you a live report from Edgbaston. Vimal will send us one telling us what was said in the press conference, where did India go wrong in terms of their planning, everything. Someone will come and answer those questions. So that will be up on Sports Today. Subscribe if
Who's
you haven't
going to come for
already.
the press conference today?
They might send a bowler. Shami could be.
Paras Mahabare.
Oh, Pujara.
Puji, yes. Not a
Last PC?
No, not yes.
No, I'm just.
Puji.
No, last PC for. Okay, tomorrow also there'll be a press conference.
Nah.
Yeah. So Kohli
Maybe
ends-
Paras Mahabare can come.
Kohli ends
Maybe
his
Dravid
England,
can come.
thing so far 976 runs, 24 away from 1000 runs.
Who?
In England.
Who?
Kohli.
But he's not batting now.
He's not batting, so he'll have to wait 3 more years.
So India will come back in 2023 if I'm not wrong. 24, 23 I think.
Yeah, this is 21 series.
No,
Yeah,
23,
24.
23,
3 more
I think.
years.
24.
No, 24.
24 mostly. 2 more years he'll have to wait.
कोई बात नहीं.
So yeah, again,
Jimmy Anderson.
2:15 tomorrow will be live,
He'll be with the
and in
walking-
an hour's time you'll
I'm
get a
with the
live
walking stick
update.
also.
Live
Still
update
getting outswing.
from Edgbaston.
Notification there.
Don't forget
And
to
tap the
press
bell,
the
of
notification bell, as Shivam is telling us. Then you'll get to know when that new video comes.
And also.
As Aditya Mohan, yes.
And also just to expand this family, if you like what we say, what we speak, please share it so that this
With your
family,
cricket-loving friends.
Exactly. So that people get to know about us if we are doing something good.
He's from there, Himachal.
If we are doing something good,
Kashi
and
Mandi.
Oh.
Choti Kashi Mandi, Nitish.
Nitish is joining us.
Okay. So and do share it with your friends, family members, whoever you think cares about cricket, loves cricket, so that's also a what do you call motivation
Yes.
to
Yes.
do better actually.
Yes. As Ikpreet Singh and plenty of you said before him, Vanakkam.
Vanakkam.
Thank you.
See you
Good
tomorrow.
night. Paripona.
I can't see anybody's bad.